Woo! What is up, hashtag FURRYPACK, and welcome to a little bit of Doom. As you can tell that I'm playing, it's been a while since I touched this game. I already was first blood. Jeez, I'm terrible at this game. And I'm playing on the bot match too, which is the funny part. But yeah, decided to do a little bit of Doom for tonight. Hope y'all will enjoy it, I guess. Why the heck not? It's Doom. Who doesn't like slaying people? You know, being super insane soldiers. And I'm very terrible against bots, so this is kind of pathetic, right? Woo! Got my first kill. But anyways, I do got a few topics for tonight's commentary type video. I honestly don't even know what I call these videos officially, to be honest, because I do a lot of commentary videos. I don't really know if I should actually call them a specific something, and because they're like, I don't know, maybe I guess its own series that I just do happen to do very often, majority of the time, or just leave it alone and not even call it a series at all. But what is it? Other than that, here's some of the stuff that I actually wanted to go ahead and I guess well, talk about. And I kind of lost my train of thought of what I was gonna talk about. Damn it! So rip that. Let's see. Come on, dog. Come on. All right, here we go. Fandom hate. That's something I wanted to go ahead and talk about. And so, yeah. And the reason why memes are also terrible, or why sometimes I dislike memes. I don't dislike memes as a whole, but there is certain times where memes are just completely terrible. So I'm just gonna be talking in between both of these two topics. So let's just go ahead and just, I guess, talk about that stuff and start getting distracted about slaying people. But anyways, recently, what is it? Obviously, there's been this one going on trend or meme thing or whatever the fuck it is, you know, where, you know, there's people that are known as gamers and there's people that are known, I guess, being part of the furry fandom. It's, however, lately since been getting out of control, completely out of hand, to the point where it's now just causing a whole lot of unnecessary and unwanted hate in the fandom, just because of this. And in fact, we've been getting a whole lot of people, you know, a whole lot of, you know, media attention, you know, within the furry fandom, realizing that the fandom is actually a good place. It's not, you know, all bad and all terrible like people thought it was. And people are starting to really get comfortable. You know, people are starting to go ahead and consider even probably partaking, what is it, a spot in the fandom, you know, making their own sonas and stuff like that. You know, enjoying the time of making some new friends, experiencing new things. You know, finding another hobby they could probably get into, right? And, you know, that's really, really good. Something that everybody will like to have. Because, hey, we've been getting really bad rep. And, you know, we started getting some good reputation. You know, of people actually taking the time to not be a sheep and stop following other people of what the hell they say. And they decided to finally investigate, you know, what the fandom really is about, you know. Knowing that, what is it? Yes, there's some bad people out there, but there's also a whole lot of good people. I mean, for every, like, one bad person, we got, like, you know, thousands of good people to make up for it. And you can't go ahead and just judge it off, you know, whatever you hear. You have to go ahead and actually do your own research, or go ahead and, you know, gain your own experience about certain things, instead of just going ahead and just becoming a sheep and just following other people. You gotta go ahead and actually decide to grow the fuck up and just, well, be a sheep, I guess, you know? You gotta sometimes take the lead, right? And so, you know, that's a really good thing. However, ever since the stupid, like, gamer versus furry meme bullshit started happening, what is it? We got a lot of people and a lot of media outlets out there that went from saying good things about the fandom to now going back and being hypocrites, saying that the fandom is terrible. And, you know, it's just full of, I guess, a whole bunch of pedos, a whole bunch of dog fuckers and shit like that. Like, they literally just became complete hypocrites because of how they want to gain a bunch of attention. They just want to get more clicks on their websites, on their videos, you know, and just try to basically sell out and get as much money as they want. Or they just want to be cheap and just be followers, like usual. right? You know, they're not cool people at all. There's a lot of people out there that go ahead and have to constantly keep defending the fandom and stuff like that. Kind of like what I'm trying to do right now, I guess. It's like, you know, spread awareness that, you know, there's this bullshit that happens. But, you know, in the end, I feel like people should just go ahead and just freaking not care about this shit and just continue doing what you're doing that keeps you happy. And, you know, go ahead and, you know, if you meet some other nice people out there, or if you meet some people that are stuck in between of what they should go ahead and pick, whether, you know, the media is correct or, you know, people with actual experience within the fandom are correct, you know, help the people out, you know, help them make the right choice, but don't force them to go ahead and actually pick your option of what you think they should go ahead and follow. But, you know, give them a little bit more of info, and then let them choose for themselves. Don't let them become sheep, okay? Don't let them be a follower. Let them go ahead and make their decision. But at least the best we can do is just go ahead and continue informing people. Hey, it's not all bad, and if people want to continue saying bad things, who cares? Let them do whatever they want, because in the end, they're gonna go ahead and crash and break. Well, everybody else is just gonna go ahead and make it their way back to the very top, and we're just gonna go ahead and be superior, I guess. You know, we gotta deal with a whole lot of bullshit, but karma comes around and then just starts biting people in the ass, so it's all good, right? But yeah, other than, I mean, this ain't just and another thing that I just really dislike about memes, it's not even the fact that they make memes about fandom where, you know, we gotta go ahead and kill fairies, freaking, like, hunt them down or whatnot. Another thing that I hate about memes is the fact that memes in general, they're meant to be funny, they're meant to be entertaining, you know, but you got a lot of people out there where they literally just have no chill, and they just go way too far to making things super overboard offensive, to where they go ahead and actually start making memes where it literally makes you think whether you should actually go ahead and consider committing suicide. It makes you feel depressed. I mean, there's just a lot of stuff out there that people make way too far, way too deep, that shouldn't be created at all. I mean, there's people out there that go ahead and make it way too sexual as well, which, you know, not everybody is into and not everybody wants to see, and it's not really cool, and it's really annoying. I feel like people need to go ahead and find a balance to where how far you could go, and, you know, like, come on, man. When you go ahead and start making jokes about freaking, I guess, ending your own life, or going ahead and attacking people of a certain mental illness, disable people and all that, that's not really cool at all. Obviously, yes, there's people out there that joke about that. And I'm pretty sure every single person, you know, even I included, have probably at one point made dark humor stuff like that. And, you know, it's not cool. Maybe someone will still do it, right? And yes, if you go ahead and do it between your own group of friends and stuff like that, and none of you get offensive or triggering, I guess just keep it in between that group. But the second you want to start spreading it to, like, everywhere, worldwide, all over the internet or some shit, you're just gonna go ahead and start hurting a whole lot of people, and it's just gonna cause a whole lot of problems. And the last thing you want to do is have this become a huge trend to where a whole lot of people are just going to flip out and start freaking making a huge mob and want to freaking come after you because he started this, like, big old trend they should have never had started to begin with. Because some of the stuff, it's just not funny, it's not cool. Like, memes, they're meant to be funny, once again, and they're meant to be something that you could just enjoy and be entertained by, not meant to go ahead and start attacking certain groups of people, of certain fandoms. They're not meant to go ahead and start, you know, spreading negativity about, you know, making fun of suicide or mental illnesses and stuff like that. I mean, you just don't do that kind of stuff. The second you start spreading negativity out, the second everything goes to a shitstorm, and next thing you know, we just have a whole lot of issues created. And if you just continue making things that are actually entertaining and laughable and enjoyable to where people could find a sweet spot, you know, a nice good balance to where people will be happy, keep it at that. Keep it at that. And also, for all those media outlets and all those big YouTubers or whatnot that just are literally sheep, that want to keep saying that the fandom, the furry fandom in particular, is a terrible place, think about every single fandom that has ever been created besides just the furry fandom. Whether it's a gaming community, whether it's a freaking anime community, whether, I don't know, it's a food community, anything created out there, right? There's literally so many things that all of these have in common. They all have the same exact thing that people dislike. They all probably have not safe word. They all have maybe freaking predators in there. They all have freaking people that do drugs. They all have people that do crimes. Like every single fandom that has ever been created, even new ones that are getting created, they are not perfect. Not a single one is perfect. But for some reason, the furry fandom is one of the current recent, like trendy, popular ones that has been known for years, and it's died down a bit, and then it just goes ahead and gets relevant, a second later, or a little bit of time later, and then people just keep attacking it, and everybody just happens to be a sheep and admit that they're a sheep because all they want to do is be a follower and get a whole lot of attention of just pissing people off or enjoying enjoying themselves for having a certain hobby that they're into, that they like to do. And not every person, once again, is a terrible person. So, I mean, if you yourself are right now that's watching this video are a sheep, you should probably go ahead and stop freaking following everyone else and actually become a leader yourself. Because you should probably start using your own brain and actually making research. You should probably start making your own opinions, taking a chance to go ahead and see things in your own views instead of just following someone else's views or whatever you hear, because it's not good. And growing up and sticking like that, it's probably going to screw you over in the long run. So I'd rather go ahead and have you actually educate yourself before you just completely become some type of shitstorm later in the future. But that's it for tonight's video. Hope you all enjoyed the little bit of Doom and the rest of this commentary. And see y'all in the next video, #FurryPack. So, RARXD.